Hey guys, welcome to WebDev Cloud. Today we are going to see how to execute a PHP file from Linux terminal. So it is very simple. For that you just have to create a PHP file at any location. So as of now we are creating PHP file at this location /var/www/html. So let's open this path inside the VS Code. Let's create one file that we can run from the terminal. Let's say terminal.php, and here we can write anything we want. Let's say php, write echo hello world. Let's close PHP tag, save it, and open terminal. From terminal you just have to write php and the name of the file, terminal.php, and see it is printing hello world into the terminal. And since it is the same path as our document root of web server, we can run the same file from browser as well. So let's open the browser to check the output. Say localhost and terminal.php. So here you can see the same output is being displayed over the browser as well. Let us go back to the editor and change the code. Let's just zoom this so we can look it better. Let's say h1 hello world, close the h1 tag, save it, go back to browser and check the output. Here we can see that the h1 tag is applied to the hello world, and if we look the same from the terminal, then we can see that there is no h1 tag based output. It rather print h1. So we can conclude that running PHP file from terminal makes sense when you don't need anything from UI's perspective. I mean, if you just want to run your application without any UI interface, in those cases you can use a terminal to run your PHP file. Let's see one more thing on top of this. Let's just go back to the code editor and print out the PHP version using function name PHP version, and check it into the terminal first, and it says 7.4.32. let's check the same into the terminal as well, and you can see that the same version is being printed out onto the browser as well. So let's change the PHP version using command. Let's say sudo, this command we have seen in previous video, update alternatives --config space php, and it will list out all the available PHP version present into the system, and from that we can choose any one version. Let's say we'll choose PHP 8.1, so we have to choose number 3 and press enter, and after changing the version we can run our PHP file again. So php terminal.php, and we can see that our version has been switched from PHP 7.4 to PHP 8.1. Let's go to the browser and check the PHP version there as well. So here we can see that the browser is still showing the 7.4 rather than 8.0 or 8.1. Yes, it's 8.1. So browser is still showing 7.4. It's because our Apache is still pointing to the 7.4. So we need to tell Apache explicitly via the command to switch the PHP version. So let's go back to the terminal again, and as we saw in our previous video, we just have to switch the PHP version inside the Apache. So to do that, the command code sudo a2 dismode php 7.4. so this will disable a PHP version inside the Apache, and same we have to do for the PHP 8.1. we just have to enable this version. So sudo a2 nmod php 8.1, and now we just have to restart our Apache. So sudo service apache 2 restart. So our Apache has been restarted. Now we can go back to the browser and see the difference. Now it has started pointing 8.1. This indicates that whenever we have multiple PHP version present in our system, we can keep separate version for terminal as well as our Apache web server. One more thing I would like to demonstrate here is, if we want to distinguish between Apache and CLI, then we can do so. It means if we want to check whether our PHP script is being executed from browser or CLI, then we can identify that. For that we have one function inside PHP named, let's change this first function to that particular function to check whether our file is executed from Apache or CLI, means terminal. So the function name is php sapi name. Here we get in auto suggestion as well. So let's first check the output of this function inside this terminal. So let's first clear this so we can see the output on the top. Yes, so php terminal.php, and here we go. Here we can see the CLI. The thing we get is CLI as an output, and when we check on the browser, we can see Apache 2 handler. It means we can differentiate the output of the file based on the where it is being executed. So we can simply put the condition here. Let's say if, let's declare this inside one variable. Let's say mode is equal to this function, and let's say if mode is equals to CLI, then we can print like echo the file is running in terminal, and in else we can have different output. The file is running in a web browser. So let's first check into the terminal. So here we get the file is running in terminal, and from the web browser the file is running in a web browser. Here I would like you to note that if we want to run a file from our Linux terminal, then it does not need to be inside the document root of our Apache. So it can be at any path. So as of now we are inside the document root. So let's change this path and go to the home directory of our system and create sample file here. So touch and sample.php and write some content inside that file using VI editor, or we can do it using VS Code as well. So let me just quickly write content. So let us find our file. Here is sample.php, and let's quickly write some content. Echo file at different path. Let's go back to the terminal and we can execute the file the same way we executed before, php and the name of the file. So here we can see the output of that file. Now we cannot see the output of this file inside the browser. So if we go into the browser and write the name of that file, then we can see that the file is not found, because the file is only present inside the home directory of our system and not inside the document root of Apache web server. So, and to run from the browser, we need the file to be in the web server's document root. So that is it for this video. We will see you in the next video. Until that, have a nice time.